too busy clicking the skip story button, don't worry, I got you. Here's the complete lore of Zenless Zone Zero's main story from version 1.0 to 1.7 in less than 15 minutes, summed up with all the betrayals, glowing eyes, and chaos you definitely missed. Just be warned, this video will contain spoilers for version 1.7, so if you haven't played it yet, then just click away from the video before you reach this timestamp. I'm your leafy lorekeeper Minsleif, and I read the Zenless Zone Zero lore so that you don't have to. Today's video is sponsored by Zenless Zone Zero. If you fell in love with Vivian or Hugo during the story, don't worry, same. You can pull for both of them in version 1.7. And guess what? ZZZ is officially coming to Xbox this June. The pre-registration page is live, so hit the link below to join the waitlist. And if you haven't jumped in yet, you can download ZZZ right now using the link in the description and pinned comment down below. Thank you so much, Zenless Zone Zero, for sponsoring today's video. The world ended when the Hollows appeared, bizarre spherical disasters that consume everything in their path. Inside them, time and space twist. Monsters called ethereals roam about. People either vanish or come back wrong. Strong levels of ether within the Hollows can cause people to mutate into these gruesome ethereals. Humanity's only hope is New Eridu, a city built on salvaging ancient Hollow tech. The city administration controls all Hollow access through elite divisions like Public Security and the Hollow Investigative Association, but their monopoly comes at a cost. Corruption runs rampant, approval for rescue missions is nearly impossible to obtain, and desperate citizens are forced to turn to black market proxies for help in retrieving loved ones or goods from within the Hollows. Enter Belle and Wise. By day, these siblings run a humble video store. By night, they're Phaethon, the most infamous illegal proxy team around. Using a powerful remote control system called the Hollow Deep Dive System, HDD, they safely operate a modified bamboo called Eos from outside the Hollows. This tech was built by their mentor Carol Arna, who disappeared during the Hollow Zero disaster, the same event that destroyed Old Eridu. Their goal is to clear Carol Arna's name after she was blamed for the Hollow Zero catastrophe. Their journey kicks off when they help the rogue faction Cunning Hares in recovering a stolen strongbox which houses Fairy, an AI capable of navigating Hollows in real time, hacking, and manipulating the environment. But Fairy has a hidden agenda and agrees to assist Belle and Wise until it can achieve its own mysterious goals. While helping out a client named Nekomata, what starts as a simple recovery mission quickly spirals into a corporate horror story. Vision Corporation was about to demolish an old metro station without evacuating the nearby survivors trapped inside the Hollow. They basically planned to commit corporate mass murder for the sake of a metro construction project. Belle and Wise managed to expose the plot and stop the explosion just in time, but turns out Vision Corporation's CEO Perlman was being manipulated by his own secretary, Sarah, who's working for some shadowy organization pulling strings from the shadows. That organization is known as the Exaltists. Before they can get answers, Perlman vanishes, and Belle and Wise begin tracking him across New Eridu and beyond. Their search leads to Belobog Industries, whose rogue AI construction units were drawn to a mysterious signal, one tied to Core's Belobog, the missing founder and another casualty of the nefarious Exaltists. After fending off a super powerful ethereal called a sacrifice, they again find clues pointing to Perlman, who might have more information on the Exaltists. To decode crucial data from a memory unit connected to Core's Belobog, the siblings track down a hacker named Rain, only to find her kidnapped. The siblings uncover a sinister plot. The Exaltists hijacked an airship carrying key witnesses from the Vision Corporation demolition scandal, including Perlman, and plan to crash it into the abandoned Ballet Twins building. The group manages to stop the crash and later recover the data from Core's Belobog's memory unit, but in the chaos, Perlman slips away once again. As rumors of Perlman's whereabouts spread, Belle and Wise head to the Outer Ring, where they meet biker gangs like the Sons of Caledon. Caesar, the leader, reveals that they captured Perlman after his airship crashed in the Outer Ring. To get him back, the siblings agree to help her gang win the Tour de Inferno, a dangerous race designed to keep ether levels in the land in check. Rival biker Lucius sabotages the race, causes a deadly surge in ether, and tricks the current overlord Pompey into becoming an ethereal. Caesar sacrifices herself to save the Outer Ring, only to reappear alive and claim leadership of both gangs. As promised, she hands over Perlman. Perlman is really just a scapegoat for the Exaltist wrongdoings. He's the Vision Corporation CEO on the run for shady business practices and a convenient distraction while the Exaltists pull the real strings behind the scenes. But what are they? The Exaltists are a group of hollow-worshipping fanatics who believe the disaster that destroyed the world was actually a blessing. They worship a mysterious creator and want to evolve humanity by forcing it into what they call the Age of Hollows. You might not believe it, but this is what peak humanity looks like. At Old Eridu's ruins, the siblings meet Miyabi. Miyabi is a Section 6 Void Hunter, a highly regarded protector of New Eridu. But unfortunately, she blames Bellin Wise's teacher, Carol Arna, for the Hollow Zero disaster, and it's a sibling's goal to clear her name. Meanwhile, Perlman wakes up and accuses Inspector Bringer of working with the Exaltists, sabotaging Vision Corporation, and creating these super powerful ethereals called sacrifices. Back in New Eridu, all eyes are on Inspector Bringer, a national hero running for office. But when his name comes up in connection to recent attacks, things get dangerous. Bell and Wise team up with Section 6, an elite hollow response team led by the young and deadly Miyabi, to expose Bringer. But a betrayal leads to Miyabi being framed and arrested after she nearly loses control of her cursed sword in front of a large crowd of innocent bystanders. In a climactic final mission, the team tracks Bringer to Port Elpis, where he transforms into a sacrifice. All factions, the Cunning Hares, Victoria Housekeeping Co., Bellabog Industries, Section 6, and the Sons of Caledon join forces to take him down. After the battle, Bell and Wise return to confront what's left of Bringer. They demand answers about their mentor Carol Arna and believe his organization, the Exaltist, might have something to do with her disappearance. But Bringer self-destructs, and the siblings are unscathed, their eyes glowing with robotic light. Bell and Wise have special eye implants, so keep this in mind for the rest of the story. Just when things seem to settle down, a mysterious collector named Hugo appears, obsessed with a rare vampire film called Children of Devils. It's about a man who kills the father who turned him into a vampire and dies in the process. Foreshadowing much? Hugo invites the siblings to a public raffle where a spoiled noble named Curtis Ravenlock accuses them of theft, until Hugo humiliates him and somehow redistributes his stolen wallet to the crowd. Then he hands his siblings a winning raffle ticket. Suspicious? Very. Hugo is pretty much the Robin Hood of New Eridu. Meanwhile, the Bringer case is suddenly closed, with officials calling it a personal matter, even though Bell and Wise know he worked with the Exaltists. Someone is clearly trying to hide something. We meet the head of Victoria Housekeeping Co., who happens to be the mayor of New Eridu, who also happens to be the head of the Mayflower family, and an old friend of Carol Arna. The mayor upgrades the siblings' HUD system, restoring their ether immunity. This means Bell and Wise can freely navigate the hollows without their bamboo. The mayor also confirms that their eye implants may hold a power capable of changing all of New Eridu. The Mayflower family, deeply entrenched in the city's government, stands in ideological and political opposition to Tops, a powerful collection of elite families including the Ravenlocks, who prioritize wealth and individual influence over public order. The rivalry between Mayflower and Tops is subtle, but it's everywhere, each vying for control over New Eridu's future and neither trusting the other. Hugo invites the siblings to a private auction where a shocking item is up for bid: the missing core of the super powerful ethereal sacrifice from the Bellabog mission. Before anyone can act, the lights go out, and Hugo steals the sacrifice core. In the past, Hugo and Lycon founded Mockingbird, the city's legendary thief syndicate, until Hugo betrayed their ideals. Lycon believes Hugo murdered his family, mirroring the vampire movie plot from earlier. But the truth is worse. Hugo's uncle, Hartman Ravenlock, killed them all to seize power. Hugo wants revenge and a seat in Tops, even if it means aligning with the Exaltists. The Exaltists are preparing for a full-scale assault to wipe New Eridu off the map, and they've got an army of sacrifices ready to execute it. The last piece of the puzzle is the sacrifice's core, now in Hugo's possession. So if Hugo's gone evil and he has the one thing that Exaltists need to destroy the world, what can we even do? Lycon kills Hugo. But it's not over. Vivian, who can see glimpses of the future, has a vision of terror black wings, and Phaethon falling into her arms, marking the beginning of something much darker. This all brings us to the events in version 1.7. Click away now if you don't want to be spoiled. After Hugo's supposed death, Vivian takes over Mockingbird, keeping the group active in the fight against the Exaltists. Belle and Wise arrange to meet her just as the Ravenlock family comes under public scrutiny. Rumors spread that Hartman Ravenlock killed his own nephew Hugo to secure power. Even Topps is backing away, trying to avoid the fallout. Then Lycon brings urgent news. The mayor has issued a priority mission. The Exaltists possess a serum that turns people into sacrifices, and Hartman is working with the remaining Exaltist leaders who may have the formula. If a sacrifice outbreak happens, the city will fall into chaos, giving Topps the perfect excuse to seize control. Belle, Wise, and Vivian start investigating. They uncover that the Ravenlocks were paying off families of mining accident victims, except the workers didn't die in accidents. They were test subjects in serum experiments. They track Hartman for the sacrifice core, only to find it's a fake. Hugo had swapped it out before his death. Vivian reveals her own past. She was adopted by Exaltist leader Landon, and her stepsister Lady Dina took over his work after Vivian defected to Mockingbird. The group infiltrates a Ravenlock banquet but are caught by Hartman. Just then, Hugo returns, alive. He and Lycon had faked his death to let him operate in secret. But Hugo reveals a grim truth. Hartman had been dosing him with a mind control serum for years. There's no antidote, but he can delay its effects. Still, Hugo's alliance has always lain with Mockingbird, and with the mayor apparently. He's a good guy. Lady Dina has since perfected her concoction, allowing her to turn people into sacrifices and mind control them. But Hugo hid the real sacrifice core in a pendant he left with Vivian. She also confesses she's seen a vision of Phaethon dying, and she's determined to stop it. The group frees the test subjects and destroys the remaining vials of Exaltist serums. Camille offers to take the blame to redeem Dina, but Dina refuses and transforms into an ethereal. Vivian insists on facing her sister alone. Secretly, Vivian took the serum to protect Phaethon. She defeats Dina but begins to die from the serum's effects. That's when Phaethon's eyes glow, unlocking a new power that reverses the ether corruption and saves Vivian. The glow matches the Void Hunter crest, a title granted by the mayor to the city's greatest defenders. Yishuan, whom we'll meet in version 2.0, is a mystic who offers to train the siblings to control their new powers. And their next stop is clear: Yunque Summit. And that's the complete lore of ZZZ's main story up to version 1.7 in less than 15 minutes. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you once again, Zenless Zone Zero, for sponsoring today's video. I'm your leafy lore keeper Minsleif, and I read the Zenless Zone Zero lore so that you don't have to.